Just another quick update. How about that? Is that good for a quick update? No, but for real. They don't call them useful idiots for nothing. I know they just hate it when I talk because my words are like fucking swords scratching their eyes out or something. Because it's true, and a lot of people, you know, they're blind. You know, they can't see the forest for the trees. You know, there's a lot going on, and nobody even really knows it. You know, there's going to be people that act just like me. It's really weird to think about, but there's going to be people that pretend like they're me, but you know, they're at the end, you know, they don't have real red pills, basically. They'll pretend like they're going to wake you up. You know, there's going to be truthers. They'll give you so much truth, and then that's it, you know. You know, and I guess if for normal people that's fine, but it's like there's reasons why they're not going to go all the way down the rabbit hole. Yeah, they might get you started down the rabbit hole or something, and they may think, oh, that's waking you up or getting you started. And I think, yeah, to some extent, but also to some extent, that's disinfo and everything. You know, they're not going to lead you to where you can finish going down the rabbit hole. They're basically going to tell you that's it, that's all there is to know, and they're going to leave you hanging. Because they pretend like they're me. And not only do they have to attack me and attack my character and do gaslighting tactics, and then, you know, they have to go and kind of create an opposition movement where they pretend like they're me, and they're just going to always leave you hanging. And it's really, that's going to be to fool you. To make you think everybody's like that. So they want to discourage you and actually finding the truth. So they're not going to just leave you hanging. They're going to actually discourage you, and you know, and they'll say that's what I do and stuff, you know, that I discourage them. But they're called hypocrites. They do the same thing they claim others do, and it's actually another tactic that they use, a type of denial tactic. And some of these people are useful idiots, because not only will they leave you hanging, but if you say, okay, well, you've convinced me in whatever you wanted to convince me of, what do you want? Do you want me to, who are you, you know, what do you believe in? Because all they do is attack someone else. So what do they believe in? And you could ask them, and they don't know, because them themselves have been left hanging out to dry, and so they think that's what the world is. They think it's absolutely this. Okay, listen. They have been conditioned to believe that misery is happiness. And so they will kind of demand a type of misery, a type of being left out to dry, and they'll think that's all there is, and that I should be left out to dry, and you should be left out to dry, and everybody should be left out to die and left for dead, because that's what they believe. And you know what? The world just doesn't work based on only their beliefs. People believe all kinds of things. That doesn't necessarily make it true. Just because you believe in God doesn't make it true. This is not anything to do about religion. It has everything to do with a herd mentality, a panopticon, where you're always worried that something's watching you. I don't have to worry about anything's watching me. I don't have to worry that God is watching me because I'm not a bad person. I don't go around doing bad things. I don't have anything to worry about. So I'm not going to accept this tyranny that continually oppresses me and tells me I'm bad and that I have to watch out or something. You know, but even though that's not going to go away just because I wave my hand and say, well, I'm not going to take it, that means you have to stand up and fight against it and be in opposition. And they're not going to allow that. They want to trample any opposition, and they're really good at that. They are the absolute conspiracy theorists. They'll sit there and call you a murderer or a serial killer. They'll say, oh, you believe in the Constitution, you're a right-wing, you're an constitutional extremist, you're a murderer, you're crazy, you're like KKK or white power or something. And it's like, no, it's just not. And categorizing that in the same way just shows your ignorance, you know. I mean, there's been philosophers, Plato, Einstein, Tesla. There's all these great minds, and what the fuck are you, these people? They're just brain-dead fucking lemmings, and they're trying to use ignorance as a defense of why they should attack and kill us, and how that's actually what we want to do to them. It's like, I just want to live my happy life and be happy and want you to be happy. I'm trying to protect myself from the tyranny of this ignorance, which is, if you don't even know what the Constitution is, if 90% of the population doesn't know that there's a Constitution and that there's laws that protect them, then it doesn't exist. Ignorance is strength. This is 1984. And you can call me crazy all you want. I have a brain. Okay? If you don't have a brain and you don't understand what it looks like to have a fucking brain, I'm really fucking sorry for you. You've been completely lobotomized. You are a useful idiot. And I gotta watch out and fight against that. You are my enemy. You're the useful idiot puppet soldier that fights against me, that fights against intelligence or whatever. Just like they assassinated JFK, they want to silence intelligence. No independent thought. You have to be a lemming, a follower, or whatever. And if you are a leader, you better lead your lemmings to the slaughter cage, you know. So, you know, I guess that's all good, happy ideas and everything. I don't know. I wasn't really depressed by what I thought about that. I mean, there's some doom and gloom there, but the hope is I'm going to fight back against it and not put up with it and not let it trample me and control me and have an order out of chaos, in a sense. And that's why we do have rights and a constitution, so we don't live in a tyrannical government oppressed by those that are supposed to protect us. And I'm tired of it. I really am sick and tired of living in a fucking world full of brain-dead lemming zombies, and I love them and I care for them, and they don't look like zombies. But that's the facade. Because you can't judge a human by its cover. Sure, they look and walk and act and talk like people, but really they're not. They're biological androids. And I can live in coexistence with a bunch of brain-dead fucks, but I think it is them that can't coincide inside of a world full of intelligent people, because that is their worst enemy. And that's why they have to protect and fight against me, because my sheer intelligence can change their reality on scales that they don't want to deal with. Because the truth hurts, and they just want to live in a fucking fantasy, which I don't care. I don't want to change that. You know, I don't mind the dystopia. But when they turn the tables on us and do exactly what the dystopia is supposed to do, in a way, and they turn it into a big prison of ignorance, then it's like we do have problems. Well, I think we can all be ignorant and be happy, that's fine, but the day it turns into a problem and we become subverted to our enemy, that is a fucking problem. And today is the day, and now's the time, and may the trumpets be sound. You know, enough is enough. There is an enemy hidden amongst us and we don't even know it. We are infiltrated and we don't even know it. Who do we blame? Where do we point the finger at? We might as well start within ourselves and say, well, at least I'm the starting point to the end of corruption or something, you know. I mean, that's going to be a choice. Do you choose corruption, or do you choose what's right? I mean, you know, what's really truly right, and who's going to tell you what's right? If you don't know right from wrong, maybe you got more problems than anybody can really admit to. You know, there might be more reasons to live in denial, you know. So I mean, if that's it, if you know, it's like, oh, okay. You know, we live in a dystopia, lemming, herd mentality, lynch mob, zombie, fucking horde of zombies, and that's it. That's all. Have a nice day. I refuse to accept that, in a way. Why do we have computers or anything? Why do we have running water? Don't we demand it? Don't we demand isn't that what you do? When you tell me to go get a job or something, you're demanding that I live exactly the same as you, live the same quality of life. You know, I'm not allowed to grow a beard. I'm not allowed to be independent. I'm not allowed to look differently. I have to be a clone exactly like you, walk and talk and dress to satisfy you. And what are you going to do for me? Have you ever thought about that? Well, sure, I'd bow down and kiss your feet. Well, what the fuck am I getting? Why are you king? You know, maybe I should be king. You know, I'm the fucking king, whatever. But that's not what I want. I don't want people to worship me. I just want to be happy and free, and what I was promised. The American dream, you know. And when you type in American dream in that, you know, that kind of cartoon that comes up, with the radical views and everything, you know, the conspiracy views, I mean, I kind of like that show, and I don't know if it's truthful or not, but I'm just trying to explain the corruption that surrounds me. Why are people complete sellouts? Why do we live in a dystopia prison? And it's disguised as this utopia. I like utopia. I like thinking just like anybody else. I live in a utopia. But it's not. It's a dystopia. You don't live in this happy, ignorance is bliss, ignorance is strength. No, you live in 1984, and you just don't know it. You don't see it. It's hidden in plain view. You can't see the forest for the trees. You need some Hoffman fucking lenses. You need some fucking red pills. Are you going to let somebody leave you fucking hanging out to dry, waiting for the truth, waiting for the real movement? Or are you going to recognize it when it's slapping you in the face and take fucking action? Are you going to just sit there like a lemming on a bump on a log, like flies on shit? Are you just going to sit there like brain-dead lemmings that are fluoridated? I mean, they're really fluoridating you. I mean, I don't know if I should get upset about that. I like being fluoridated. I'm a brain-dead lemming. I just like sitting here like a bump on a log. Yeah, this is actually, yeah, this right here is my whole life. I don't actually get up and go and do anything else. No, that's just what you want to believe, you know. You can't project shit on me. Just because somebody's like, oh, I think you're a serial killer. I don't know how that just makes it true. I feel like there would be SWAT teams kicking down my door or something. And I think that, you know, they'll do that anyways, you know. I mean, I'm only like the perfect Stapleton for that, you know. Like, you know, if they didn't stage an event and then frame me, like, nobody would fucking believe that shit. And then it's like, holy fuck, you know. Of course I gotta watch out. They're gonna, I mean, that would fucking kill me. They would kill me. And then think of the torture. Not only is that killing you, that's torture you. Like think if you hated James Holmes or something, and you just wanted to, like, make him torture in just the weirdest way. You'd frame him for something just so fucking out there crazy. He would just be tormented his whole life. Like, well, what the fuck? You know, talk about fucking conspiracy, you know, and everybody knows it's fucking fake. Look at JFK, the president that was assassinated, and his brothers and stuff. I mean, look at the JFK speech and everything. Even Enough Respect had that. Well, so what if Enough Respect had that? Here's a new speech. Can Enough Respect replicate my speech? How about in the future, Enough Respect can take a sample of my video and put it up and go, wow, the great president that told the truth. Here I am. I grew a scraggly beard because it's the freedom. It's a freedom beard. Freedom beard. I don't have to submit to tyranny and shave my beard and do everything you tell me. I'm an independent free thinker, and that's America. That's what makes us. That's everything we have. That's the automobiles we drive. That's who we are. That's what I stand for. You know, are you tyranny? Are you trying to suppress the freedom of invention and thought and the flow of creativity? Are you a fucking robot? You'll sit there and say, I'm not a robot. I have the flow of creativity. No, you don't. You're suppressing that. I'm crazy because I'm not allowed to think out of the box. Oh my fucking God. I must be depressed and crazy and have schizophrenia problems because I actually feel human emotions. I can actually get depressed. I should take a pill and be like lobotomized zombie where I'm like, ugh, all the fucking time just to fucking please everybody or whatever. I can't imagine how much they would have to censor this video and attack this video and flag this video down. This video will just disappear one day. And I'll be like, well, where did it go? There's no flag. You know, there's no warning. There's no strike. Did someone delete it? What happened? No, it just vanished. And I'm like, I don't even have a voice anymore, guys. They took my voice from me. I don't even have a voice anymore. I feel like the little fucking mermaid or something. I'm like, and fucking voice gone. Man. And fucking CIA and FBI and all these fucking people fucking with you, and they're like, the whole fucking SWAT team will fucking come. The whole FBI and the CIA will harass you every fucking day. Well, what are you going to charge me with? Nothing. We just want to harass you. Well, that's profiling. You can't charge me with something. You're just profiling me. A continuous non-stop harassment. You're trying to silence your opposition. Fuck you. I'm paying tax money. No, you took a fucking oath to uphold the freedom of fucking speech. And you're attacking me for the freedom of my expression. And we don't live in tyranny. We don't live in a prison. We don't live in an idiocracy where if you don't know the Constitution, if 90% of the population in America doesn't know their own Constitution or their own laws, it doesn't exist, it doesn't apply to them, they forfeit their rights at all, and they don't exist. They get anal probed. They get body searched. There's nothing they can do. The tyranny is over them, and they're not going to quit. They're psychopaths. They get off on this. They don't feel bad hurting others. They get off on it. They love the TSA. Not just the TSA. Our government is run by psychopaths. They get off on the tyranny. They're not going to get bored of pulling you over every day. They get off on it. They are psychopaths. They have a different brain. They are a different breed of people. They don't have empathy, compassion, the fluoride in the water, all of it. They are robots. They are in full robotic form. And they spray viruses from chemtrails. And I've tested the air and the water and stuff. And it's like a retrovirus that goes in. It's the same thing they use to make GMO food. They use viruses to make GMO food. You're a GMO crop. They're genetically modifying you as we speak, and they don't want to. This is a brave new world without the test tube babies. Instead of having test tube babies, they've changed your DNA. You're a walking test tube, basically. They've injected you with viruses that have altered your DNA, and it's for the future, to prepare you for even more upgrades and enhancements, to adapt you to the new world that you're going to be living in, under their tyranny, under their absolute control, where you are their robot and you do everything they say, when they say it, how they say it. You don't think. You don't fight back. You don't question authority. You just do what you're told. You are hanging out to dry as far as it goes, and you're there now. They're making you there now. You know. You're there now. They're there now. They're trying to convince you. They are my opposition. There is more of them than there is me. They have a lot more money than I do. Trillions of dollars more. They got, they say they bought billions of bullets of hollow points, which can't be used in warfare at all. So what is that going to go for? You don't target practice with hollow points. They're 10 times more than regular target rounds. That's how they know. When they say, oh, you're just crazy, they bought 20 minutes, maybe that's just for whatever. No, you're not allowed to use these bullets that they bought. It goes against the Geneva Convention and everything. The Geneva Convention said you're not allowed to have two, but so they go against their own thing, saying they can't do the things they say they can't do. So they don't care. They're tyrants. They do whatever they want, and then we are under their control. That's why they say the government doesn't like competition. They don't steal. The government doesn't like competition because they're tyrants. Because I want to know why I'm harassed every day, why someone sticks their finger up my ass when I go to the airport. And it's because that's what it is, and I wanted to know. Why do I live in a police state? Because I live in now I can call it what it is, a police state. And not only that, but you're a part of it, and you don't know it. You don't know the bigger picture because you haven't thought of the box, really, and you're afraid to. You're afraid to see things from a different perspective. You're afraid to see something new, something different, to expand your horizon, to broaden your consciousness, to fire those neurons. You're afraid. You're a lemming. You're a useful idiot. That's why religion and all this stuff has been made for you. It's just a panopticon. All of it. And even Alex Jones weirds people out when he starts talking about God. People are like, you make a lot of sense. And now Alex Jones only does, he'll say, this isn't staged. And it's like it is staged, because he might be faking he believes in God, because he knows you're all lemmings. So he might be trying to do it as a way to wake you up a little bit. But also there's another side. At Waco, they were all religious. So maybe Alex Jones is controlled opposition, and he's religious because he's actually trying. He was born out of Waco. You know what I mean? So the CIA said, you know, we got these Waco type people, these Ruby Ridge type people. We need to create an opposition to control that and to keep an eye on that. And if somebody calls into the Alex Jones show, we'll know to watch them, because we'll create the fear propaganda movement. We'll sell the fear, and the people that buy that hook, line, and sinker, we reeled in the big fish. And we say, look, we got Charlie Sheen. Look, we got this guy. Look at these big fish we're pulling up out of the water. Look, Smashing Pumpkins guy. You know, let's beat their brains in and use them for bait to catch more bigger fish. Because they need to silence that. They need to make that look crazy, in a way. And sure, I look crazy. It looks crazy to actually think and to feel emotion as a human being. It must be crazy to actually feel what a human being must feel to be alive every day. Well, sorry for that. I'm sorry that I'm a human and not a clone like you, even though you think you're human and that's what it is to be a human, is to be a fucking clone. Well, it's not. I'm sorry that I had to just school you just now, but I know that that's something that, you know, something new that you don't want to accept because you live in denial. You want to live in ignorance. You think ignorance is strength, because 1984 wasn't a guidebook. 1984 was not supposed to be a how-to. It wasn't supposed to be something you actually did that people wanted to do. You know, A Brave New World wasn't supposed to be a how-to book for dummies on world tyranny. It was supposed to be an awakener. But what they did is they kept that from the masses, and then they, you know, and they did use it as a rule book. Anyways, I'm thinking about how they're deleting this video right now as I speak. They're like, delete this video. Delete this video. Flag it. Flag it. Censor, censor, censor. So it's like, this probably is the most censored video on the internet, on YouTube. It's probably the most hated because it's the most mind expanding. And for people that live in a closed box and they lock and close the key, it's like, they demand to be enslaved. You know, you can't wake up sleeping dogs. You can wake up people that want to be woken up. And especially if you attack those people. If you're enough respect and you radically attack your opposition and flag them and call them names and put them on shill lists, and you're trying to supposedly wake them up, you got some serious problems, especially when they're on your fucking side. And I don't have to prove myself to anybody. Only fucking God or something, you know. If you're worried about first impressions, you're making the worst fucking one there is. Because at the end of the day, I'm the only one fucking standing. Because I'm the only fucking real thing that exists. Can Enough Respect make a speech like this? Fuck no. He's got to rip off JFK. I don't have to rip off anybody because I am the original, real deal. I am the fucking embodiment of the motherfucker himself in physical form. I am him. The one, Neo, Thomas Anderson. Take my red pills, motherfucker. I'm Morpheus and shit. You think I'm fucking around? I ain't gonna leave you hanging out to dry. You're gonna love these red pills, but you're not gonna be able to wrap your mind around this red pill. Okay? If aliens came up and landed in your yard right now, came out and was poking you in the face, your brain would fucking shut down. You would turn white as a ghost. You would shut off. You would take blue pills like you would never imagine. And it's real. No, I'm talking real. Like, E.T. phone home, land in your yard, I'm going to fuck your brain and anal probe you and see what the fuck you think. The aliens are coming. It's the end of the fucking world. You guarantee it. I'm going to fuck your brain up. And you're going to create a split personality. And then I'm going to control that. I'm going to make you my Manchurian candidate by fucking your mind up. You know? But this is what you don't know. Somebody already got to you first. I'm the Red Queen. I'm going to snap you out of it and give you the fucking red pills. I'm not the guy that's going to put you to sleep. I'm the guy that's going to wake you up or whatever, because I was explaining what they do, you know what I mean? Because I'm not the bad guy. That's what you know, you can't let them convince you that everybody's bad. So of course you should know that, duh. Even I know that, but they've convinced me that everybody's bad. Well, I still know that everybody's not bad. That's why I just got to find that nerve in you, you know. And it's not to hurt that nerve. It's to give it a little pinch so you wake up. It's like, because right now you're in a little dream, and I just got to give it a little pinch, and you're like, okay, what were you saying? Yeah, hey, dude, are you with me? Are you with me here? Are you getting it now? No, you're not? Okay, well, let me pinch it a little bit more. Oh, what? Oh, okay, yeah. What were you saying? Yeah, I'm listening again now. Okay. Yeah, well, keep with me, man. Keep with me. Don't daze off. Oh, I can't hang with it. Oh, my God. If you can't, oh, well, you know, fuck it. But, you know, if you're actually trying to fucking get it, if not, I don't really care if people get it. I'm not trying to explain to them shit. I just like the idea that maybe at some time, someday, in some place, in some fucking way, somebody might fucking get it. And that's all the fun. That's worth more than all the lemming zombies in the world. I could sell out and be a total fucking lemming zombie like anybody, like Mark Dice. Real good example for me. Just because it's just funny. It's like inside joke funny or something. But I could be a total fucking sellout. I really could. But it's like I enjoy kind of selling out to this broader picture of like not exactly selling out, you know. And I think that goes beyond your understanding, because you're trapped in, hey, everybody's a sellout, I'm a sellout, they're a sellout, I don't understand anything that doesn't involve being sold out. Wait, you're not a sellout? Does not compute. Does not compute. Okay, so now that I've made my points, you can forget about them, because you're a brain-dead lemming zombie. So just forget about everything I said, because no one's talking anymore, and none of this point must not matter, or something. You know, it's like, wait a minute, I just got an idea. What if, I don't know how to put that. It's like if somebody tells you, like, hey, let's go get some ice cream. And then you're like, hey, I got an idea, let's go get some ice cream. I just said that. No, you didn't. Shut up. Okay, whatever, let's go get some ice cream. You know? It's like, what kind of zombie shit are you going to do? I mean, I know we all kind of have our own scumbag brain. You know, scumbag brain, it's a meme. You know, it's actually pretty funny. And I know you're suffering from a type of scumbag brain. But you suffer from scumbag brain because you're not listening to your scumbag brain. So your scumbag brain's being a scumbag brain because you don't listen, so he's purposely fucking with you because he knows you don't listen and you only listen to the dumbest shit, so he kind of does that scumbag thing. It's kind of like yourself trying to wake yourself up, but it's not going to work in a way. But your brain is hoping, oh, if I drop this knife on my foot, maybe I'll say, hey, why was I so stupid? Why didn't I think about that? And you look before you leap. And if you don't look before you leap when you fall, you're going to remember that fall and you're going to do it. But what if we take that out of the action? What if we were able to manipulate the subconscious to where when these things were happening, you more or less were conditioned to accept it and deal with it, just like in Brave New World? Is that evolution? Is conditioning a type of evolution in a way, or not? I'm sure I can really go on with that and explain more about how it is and isn't. But right now I'm like excited about it, so it's a little overwhelming to really school you bitches, you brain dead fucking lemmings, like Mark Dice. I know he watches me, and Alex Jones. I know they watch because they need to get inspiration on how to manipulate their fear propaganda that they sell you. And don't get me wrong, you know, just because I say these things about Alex Jones doesn't mean that it might not be true. What if it's not true? What if I'm wrong? Do I have proof of these things? Well, you're never going to have proof of aliens unless I call them up and say, hey, yeah, go ahead and land in his yard. And ain't no problem. We need a new maturing candidate anyways. You're just not going to get that. You know, what's in Area 51? I don't know. We can speculate. But overall, we know that there's some shit there. What? We don't know. But yes, there is some crazy fucking shit in Area 51. What it is, nobody knows. Crazy shit? Yes. Alien dead bodies? Yeah. What do they look like? Oh, nobody fucking knows. But yeah, it exists. There is shit there. Something, anything. Nuclear bombs. Something you're not gonna fucking know. Something that's gonna be strange and interesting. Something. 30 years of advanced technology, reverse engineered UFOs, something. You're not going to know. Okay? Sometimes you're not going to be able to make that profile about the serial killer as much as you really wanted. You might get a crash course on serial killer. That's all you're really going to get. You're a scanner darkly. You scan things darkly. And it's never really going to change. And it's not going to change for them that much. It's not going to change for you. Advancement in technology will help that. You know, a less scanner darkly, a scanner deeply, a scanner lightly, a scanner intensively. Do they know more about you than you know about yourself? Are they watching everything you do? Are they listening to me? Are you listening to me now? I know you can hear me, aliens. I mean, New World Order, or the conspiracy movement. I know you're listening to me. But that's not going to stop me from living my life or whatever, you know. Just because I sit here and I'm paranoid now doesn't mean that I get over it later and have friends and live my life or whatever, you know. So it's like, you know, don't let all this get to you for sure. Like, you know, I know you want to tell your friends, but watch out when you tell your friends, they're going to fucking lose it, dude. And brainworms are going to come out of their eyeballs, and I'm going to have to show up in my UFO and fucking hit the little white light and then try to slowly wake you back up again and give you some red pills and try to, you know, sustain some normability so that way you don't fucking go off the deep end and end up in a nut house like that one movie with Leonardo DiCaprio. Yeah, like, he didn't make a whole bunch of movies, but I'm sure you're Leonardo DiCaprio. Yeah, you can figure out the rest there. Fucking brain dead bitches. I'm just teasing you. Get over it. God, you guys are so fucking pussy bitchified. It ain't even funny. Oh my god, he called me a brain dead bitch. My pussy just wilted and became a little bit more sour at that point. Like, oh wow, you're a sour pussified bitch. There you go. Well, whatever, I guess that hurts me. Your pussy is so sour that it hurts me from across the internet. Like, it really actually does, but I'm sorry your pussy's so sour, man. I really am. I mean, I've been checking the pH of mine, you know, and it's kind of getting a little acidic-y too, you know. But at least I'm trying to, you know, keep an alkaline diet or something, you know. At least trying, you know, even though I'm not really good at it. Like, you're just like, I need sour pussy as much as I can get it. So it's like you're like, you know, pouring acid in your pussy or something. That was supposed to be a dirty joke, you know. I think it was a little far, but I do think it was appropriate, so don't think that I'm too vulgar, because I haven't really cussed this whole fucking time. You fucking bitches. Oh my god, he said a cuss word. I should bleep it out. Bleep. Well, of course, you have to, because you're getting paid for your views. Of course, I would want to get paid for my views, but why can't I get paid for telling the truth? Or should I just create a bunch of lies so I can become a sellout bitch like everyone else? I mean, it's not like Enough Respect made a video about Charlie Sheen called Money, Money, Money. Like, Enough Respect isn't a hypocrite or anything. Yeah, where is that guy anyways? Fuck if I know. Who gives a shit? Probably making some more shill list about me, right? Attacking the people that want to help him. Well, that's real good. Enough Respect. Are you sure you don't work for the government? You seem to attack people that are actually interested in the truth movement. Is that a coincidence by any chance? I don't really think so. I think you're absolutely controlled opposition, absolutely, and I'm not really saying that because I hate truth or the truth movement or that I want to prevent people from waking up. No, if anything, you're doing that, and I want to help wake people up by showing them you're a fraud, and yes, truth is real, but you're not a real truther. You're fake. You're a phony. You're a fraud. You're an inside fucking job yourself. You know. And once we can get over that, we can get on with the rest of our happy little red pill rabbit hole trip, which you're not really a part of because you're fucking Agent Smith, you motherfucking piece of shit, motherfucking Agent Smith, motherfucking Agent Smith, bitch. That's what I think. And yes, I can get mad, because I am human. I'm not going to let people walk all over me, and if I got to get a little bit mad, is that what they really want? You not to get mad? Think of that. They don't want you to protect yourself. They don't want you to have guns to protect yourself. They want you to be defenseless. Because, you know, they need victims, and they need them defenseless. And so you're going to fucking demand to be made defenseless, because they control everything. And in the news, if they're putting it on the news, they're going to take your guns. They're going to take it. I don't care how many gun advocates there fucking are. They're going to take your guns, and they're going to use autonomous drones with 3-ton JDAM bombs to strike fear in the hearts of those that won't do what they're fucking told to do. Because they drop a couple of those on your fucking head, you're throwing your guns out your fucking window. Trust me. Just as much as they collapsed that building and caused shock and awe and made people submit to tyranny, they're going to do the same fucking thing. Because that's what they are. They're thugs. They're ruthless, heartless, murderers, killers that want to strike fear into the people that they control so that they can control them. The only thing we have to fear is fear itself. and JFK, and you know, he made his speech, JFK's speech, right before he died. And just because enough respect has it up doesn't mean anything. I mean, it might, you know, it's good, you know. But somebody has to be the controlled opposition. Somebody's got to do the dirty job. And there's a lot more people doing that dirty job than you could ever fucking imagine. There is a huge army of New World Order. And they come in all shapes, colors, and sizes. And they have a beautiful facade. They look like normal people, but underneath, they're fucking reptilian aliens. And that ain't a joke. They really are reptilian aliens. Can we prove it? No, they're smarter than us. Maybe one day, at some time, maybe then, and it just like anything else, just like we thought there were big Higgs bosons, or just like we thought there were dark matter. We can't see dark matter, but we know it fucking exists. Okay? Maybe that's what these aliens are made of. I don't really know. I can't prove it. But I know whatever it is, humans really can't eat each other, for one thing. Because Alex said they're trying to condition us to the taste of humans. That's why they put human flavor in Pepsi and baby fetuses in Pepsi to get us used to the flavor. No, Alex, they're aliens. They can eat us and they don't go lobotomized. In fact, it helps them and they like it, and they like the taste of humans very much. And they do eat us because we are made of flesh. They can eat us. And I guess you would have to think about aliens now if you could do that. That's why we have Soylent Green. That's why people talk about Soylent Green. That's why people talk about post-apocalypse and fucking all that shit, you know. And Soylent Green. It's not just because if the world ended, they would start eating people. I mean, that's part of it, but when people eat people, they get mad cow. If cows eat cows, they get mad cow. If people eat people, they go crazy, or whatever. That's why cannibals go crazy. It destroys your brain, actually. I mean, I'm sure they want that. I guess it depends on how much they want that. If they really wanted that, then that's what they want. But mostly it's because they eat people. And if people are something that can be eaten, and they have a bunch of stuff that can be eaten, and they're like, well, why waste it? Let's eat it. It's like anything else. It's not because they're human, it's because they're aliens and they can eat humans. And they drink Pepsi and stuff. These aliens drink Pepsi. Believe it or not, it's pretty strange. They're aliens. They're like capitalists, or it's capitalism. It's like, you know, oh, we can make a profit on selling babies. And plus, you know, babies don't sound that bad to eat. And the humans, no. That's another big reason how you know they're aliens. Anyway, I mean, that's not a for sure thing, but it's like, if I drank Pepsi, would I put humans in Pepsi? No. If I was an alien, would I put humans in Pepsi? Yeah. Because I'm not a cannibal anymore. Because if you're an alien, you might not want to be a cannibal. I mean, maybe they would indulge in that, but we don't want to be cannibals. They don't want to be cannibals. So they can eat us. That's a big reason why, you know, they're aliens. And so when it happens to us, they don't really... We're dead to them. They consume us, and when we're gone, that's it. They move on. We're nothing to them. Nothing at all. They're going to eat us, and we're going to be extinct probably. They don't care, and they move on, fly off to the next star. and do it again. So, as the end approaches, they don't care if people start eating each other. If they can get you to buy human, they don't care, because they're going to make money before they go. And so they'll still profit off our slow dying deaths as we're eating each other. They'll still profit off that. And then when it's finally over and we're all dead and we ate each other and it's all done, they fly off and they have all the world's wealth. Because that money can still control people. It'll make them still go and mine anything left. And then finally, when everybody's dead, that means nothing's left. They've mined it all. They've ground them all up, turned them into meat, sold it back to the finally last person that ate the last person and gave the last dollar, and then he died, and then they flew off, and there was nothing. There was no plant. There was no plants. There were no animals. It's just now it's just like Mars. There's nothing left. They fly off. They suck up the environment, and they leave. And then it's just a dead, cold rock. And you helped them do it. How about that? And how was your life, like a maggot and a corpse, doing that? You know, was it really that great? It's like, nah, not really. The dystopia wasn't that great compared to not doing that. Not selling your soul to the aliens that are going to take off and fly off with it and sell it to Satan or whatever, which maybe the aliens are fallen angels. At this point, it's all speculation anyways. But the assumption really comes in when you're like, well, you know, at the end of the day, humans cannot eat each other. That's like a rule of thumb that it's like the sun comes up, the sky's blue, humans can't eat each other. So if you're eating human and you're not human, then you're not human. Yeah. I mean, I thought I said it better, but oh well, hopefully that still makes sense. It's like, you know, humans don't, I mean, there are cannibal humans, I guess, so maybe there's cannibal humans. Well, humans can't really eat humans, they end up going crazy. Well, maybe they're crazy. That's believable. I guess more believable than aliens. I don't know. But still, yes, aliens can exist. You know, do you really think you're the only intelligent life on this planet? Or on anywhere? Like, do you really feel so highly of yourself that, you know, I guess, you know, ignorance is bliss, I guess, you know, the world's flat, witches float because they're made of wood, herd mentality is great, be a clone, sell out to Satan. I love tyranny, I love it. I feel very powerful, and I'm on the winning side because I accept tyranny. I feel safe. I have a false sense of security from the psychopaths because I feel like I'm a part of the psychopaths. And it's like, Glad the Impaler was a psychopath that drank blood. He was eventually killed by an even sicker psychopath who drank his blood. So, the psychopaths have a false sense of security. They are not safe from their self. There is always going to be a worse psychopath that eats the other psychopath. Weirdest thing. That's why there's a giant space owl, it's called, which is weird. It's like, you know, the little fish eats the big fish, and then the big fish eats the bigger fish, and that's like evolution, or the cycle chain. And it's like there's always something gonna be bigger. You know, natural predators. What's humans' natural predator? Could it be a virus? Could it be another animal? Could it be an alien? Could it be a space owl? You know, that's why they have the big owl at Bohemian Grove. It's not because the owls see in the dark. It's because